You ever feel like you're watching your account get smaller, not because you don't know what you're doing, but because some invisible force keeps pulling you toward the exact wrong decision at the exact wrong time? Yeah, I've been there. And here's the thing most people don't tell you. Today, we're going to look at 3 psychological mistakes that are probably costing you more than any technical indicator ever could. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to see them happening before they drain your account. Here's what's interesting. A study from the University of California found that 80% of trading losses aren't due to bad strategy or lack of knowledge. They're due to emotional decision-making. Think about that. 8 out of 10 times you lose money, it's not because you didn't understand the chart. It's because something in your head hijacked the wheel. And the crazy part? Most of us don't even realize it's happening. We think we're being logical. We think we're following our plan. But there's this whole invisible layer of thoughts and emotions running the show. And we're just along for the ride. So today, let's pull back the curtain. Let's see what's really going on. Before we dive in, quick question for you. Which of these sounds most familiar? You enter a trade and immediately start second-guessing yourself. You take a loss, and suddenly you're trading bigger just to get it back. You nail a few winners and start feeling like you need to prove you're as good as you think you are. Drop a comment and let me know which one hits home, because chances are you're not alone. And recognizing the pattern is the first step. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, mistake number 1, FOMO trading. But here's the twist most people miss. FOMO isn't just about being afraid you'll miss out on money. It's deeper than that. It's about being afraid you'll miss out on being right. Let me paint the picture. You see a setup. It looks good, but you hesitate. Then the stock rips higher without you. And in that moment, what are you really feeling? Sure, you're bummed about the profit you didn't make. But more than that, you feel like you failed. Like the market proved you wrong for hesitating. And that feeling? That's what drives you to chase the next setup, even when it's not quite right. Here's what's actually happening in your brain. According to research from Princeton, when we see others making money or when we see an opportunity we didn't take, our brain releases cortisol. That's the stress hormone. And cortisol doesn't make you think clearly. It makes you think urgently. So you're not just trading the chart. You're trading the uncomfortable feeling of, I should have done something. So here's how you see this clearly before it hijacks you. Next time you feel that pull, that magnetic attraction to a trade, pause for 5 seconds, just 5, and notice. Is my chest tight? Am I holding my breath? Is there a voice saying, I can't miss this one? Don't judge it. Don't push it away. Just see it. Because here's the thing, that urgency, it's just a feeling. It's not the market telling you to act. It's your brain trying to avoid discomfort. And when you see it for what it is, just a feeling, not a fact, it loses power. You might still take the trade. But now you're choosing to take it. Not being driven by something you didn't even realize was there. Before your next trade, ask yourself, am I entering this because the setup is solid? Or because I'm afraid of how I'll feel if I don't? Mistake number 2, revenge trading. And this one's a killer because it feels justified. You take a loss. Happens to everyone, but then something shifts. You don't just want to make the money back. You want to prove the market wrong. You want to show it and yourself that you're not a loser. So you double your size. You take the next setup even though it's marginal. And before you know it, you've blown through your daily loss limit. And you're sitting there wondering how the hell it happened so fast. I get it. Because losing money doesn't just hurt financially, it hurts emotionally. It feels like rejection. Like the market said, you're not good enough. But here's what's really going on. You're not fighting the market. You're fighting the feeling. The feeling of being wrong, of losing control, of not being who you thought you were. Studies in behavioral economics show that the pain of losing money is roughly 2.5 times stronger than the pleasure of gaining the same amount. So when you lose $1,000, it doesn't just feel like $1,000. It feels like $2,500 worth of emotional pain. And your brain will do anything to get rid of that pain, including making irrational trades. Here's how you interrupt this pattern. After a loss, before you even think about the next trade, put your hands on your desk. Feel them flat against the surface. Take 3 slow breaths and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Not what should I do next, not how do I fix this. Just what am I feeling? Maybe it's anger, maybe it's shame, maybe it's fear. Just name it. Just see it there. And here's the magic. When you see the feeling clearly, you realize it's just a feeling. It's not you. It's something you're experiencing, not something you are. You lost money. That's a fact. But you're not a loser. That's just a story your mind is telling to make sense of the discomfort. After any losing trade, take a 10-minute break before you touch anything. Seriously, walk away, let the feeling settle. Then decide if you want to trade again. And here's mistake number 3. This one's sneaky. It's called trading to prove something. Here's what it looks like. You have a string of winners. You're feeling good. And then you start thinking about how you're going to tell people about this. How you're finally going to prove you're a real trader. How you're going to show your family, your friends, maybe even yourself, that you've made it. And suddenly, the next trade isn't just about making money. It's about protecting your new identity. When you trade to prove something, every trade becomes a test. And when every trade is a test, you can't afford to fail. So you hold losers too long because admitting you're wrong feels like admitting you're wrong. You exit winners too early because you need to lock in proof that you're good. You're not trading the market anymore. You're trading your ego. Marty Schwartz, champion trader, said the turning point in his career was when he realized, I became a winning trader when I was able to say, to hell with my ego. Making money is more important. That's it. That's the whole game. Are you trading to make money? Or are you trading to prove you're good enough, smart enough, worthy enough? Because the market doesn't care about your self-worth. It's just price moving up and down. So here's the deepest practice. Before you enter a trade, close your eyes for 3 seconds and ask, if this trade loses, who am I? If the answer is uncomfortable, if it feels like losing would make you less of something, then you're not trading for profit. You're trading for identity. And that's when you know, pause. Step back. Remember that you are not your P&L. You are the person who observes the P&L. Win or lose, the numbers change. But you stay the same, complete, whole, nothing to prove. When you see that clearly, really see it, trading becomes lighter, easier, because now you're just trading, not performing, not proving. Just executing your plan and letting the results unfold. Write this on a sticky note on your monitor. I am not my trades. Look at it before every session. Let it remind you. Look, here's the reality. If you don't address these psychological patterns, they don't just cost you money, they cost you years. Years of spinning your wheels, wondering why you know what to do but can't seem to do it. Years of watching your account go nowhere while you keep making the same mistakes under different disguises. But here's the good news. You already have everything you need. You don't need a better strategy. You don't need more indicators. You need to see clearly what's happening in your own mind. And when you do that, everything changes. You stop fighting yourself. You stop sabotaging your own success. You start trading from a place of clarity instead of chaos. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one of these 3 mistakes, just one, and for the next week, practice seeing it. Not fixing it, not forcing yourself to stop, just notice when it shows up. Notice the feeling in your body. Notice the thought in your mind. Notice the pull toward action. And then, here's the key, take 3 breaths before you do anything. That's it. That's the whole practice. And if this resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Because I make videos like this every week to help you trade with more clarity, less stress, and better results. Drop a comment and let me know which mistake you're going to work on first. I read every single one. Remember, the market isn't your enemy. Your unexamined thoughts are. See them clearly, and you'll trade more clearly. I'll see you in the next video.